Hey, you've come to the right place. This is the ManFUzed Podcast. I am Kay Lee, audio producer, voice artist, your host, sitting here with my co-host, a man of many talents, Ben H. So to help celebrate our 1-year anniversary and to kick this next year off, I think it's really important that we put out there into the universe some of the things that we want to manifest, like some of the companies that in the future we would like to partner with. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, there are certain companies that I want to be in bed with. So I wrote down a few companies that I see ManFUzed being a partner with because of either the services and the tools that will not only be good for the brand of ManFUzed and the things we want to do with it, but also for our listeners.
Absolutely.
And some of these might be a lot self-serving, and to some of our listeners, if this ever even manifested itself into something real, I don't know how many of our listeners would ever get to take advantage of it. Actually, there might be opportunities for it. So I asked you to try to come up with 5. I started coming up with some, and we'll see if we can put it out there. Let's ping pong. You go first. What's one company you think that you foresee the ManFUzed brand, it being a great partner for whatever reason?
Burton Snowboarding Company.
Definitely can see that. And that's a passion
Sick,
of yours.
Dude. It gave me a whole energy being out there in the mountain. I'm like, dude, we should be doing podcasts live out here on the side of the mountain. It'd be sick.
Sponsored by Burton Snowboards.
Sponsored by, Burton. We'll bring in whatever, dude. Food, booze, drinks. We'll bring a DJ. Burton is the snowboard company. I mean, there are a lot of great snowboard companies. LibTech, Salomon, Rosignol. You've got a lot of great snowboard companies out there.
But Burton would be your first choice of board.
Burton's my favorite. I've had a lot of different ones. Not only board, but also gear. It's pretty much a full-scale lifestyle brand.
Gotcha.
It's like the Nike of snowboarding. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I think that's a dope brand.
They're a really cool brand, and so check them out.
All right.
Burton Snowboarding ManFUzed, I think would be a really good thing.
I don't know, it's going to be kind of character defining. Murphy Door. Murphy Door is like the biggest manufacturer of secret doors.
Secret doors.
Meaning you have a bookshelf that opens up into a secret room. They've got everything. They've got them for pantry. They've got the bookshelves that open up. They got the secret locks. Every man, I don't care who you are, has a dream of having a secret room that nobody else knows about.
Yes.
It might look like a bookshelf. It might look like a mirror that's just attached to a wall.
Absolutely.
And you press it and opens up the secret corridor. One of my dreams when I build a house, I'm going to have a couple of hidden passageways with hidden rooms, whether it be a safe room. Dude, this company, they make the templates. You can order anything custom. Murphy Door.
I love that. I love Murphy Door, and it reminds me of a style of construction. There's an architect that's from Atlanta named Schultz, and Schultz houses had that. Imagine walking into the house, and to the left is like a parlor. It's like a bar, parlor, or big office or something like that. And it has a fireplace in the middle. And on either side of the fireplace are the shelving with books and stuff on them, right?
Right.
Both shelves, the one on the right would come out and you could walk into the master bedroom.
Ooh.
The one on the left would come out and you walk into the master closet and then the bathroom.
It was a secret door into the master.
Right. And the parlor room had a big, beautiful door on it with a lock.
I love that. I envision having a room that there's no other access to it. I mean, I think it's dope to be able to get into the master, like secretly, but also have just a room that no one else would ever know it existed behind some paneling. Gonna have it. Murphy Door, ManFUzed Man Caves.
I like the man cave thing.
Or just whatever, whether it be a bar, a speakeasy in your house, just behind this, no one would ever know it's there. What else you got?
Black Rifle Coffee.
Not only they are veterans, combat veterans who started that company, they're a big company.
And they're awesome. And the coffee's great.
Supercharged.
And their branding is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their T-shirts are
ManFUzed and Black Rifle coming together. We're putting it out there.
Gotta happen.
This is what we're manifesting.
Going to happen.
This one is going to be now I'm not going to say far-fetched, but it's going to take some serious growth on the ManFUzed side to get their attention. But one day I believe that not only will get their attention, but I see a partnership. And in this partnership, this will allow us the ability to travel, not only for our own enjoyment and for that of the benefit of the show, but I could see ManFUzed to where we're helping individuals, we're helping groups of people with either money or whatever, we're going to need a jet. NetJets.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we're going to own one, but having a partner that gives us the ability to transport us to be able to do God's work.
That's right. Dude, I love it. I think an emphasis on travel, like private travel, I think the emphasis that COVID placed on the importance or the luxury of private travel. Think about what you had to go through during COVID.
Oh my God.
To get through the airport, if you could even go.
Right,
somewhere.
absolutely. But at this point, ManFUzed will take Southwest. Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But goal, NetJets.
I mean, ultimately, if we can do like a sick episode and create a lot of attention around it and do a really cool event out on the side of the mountain, you know, in Tahoe or something like that, we need a sponsor to get us out there.
Or if it's maybe going to some part of the world, or I just envisioned us doing some crazy shit like driving in an RV or showing up someplace, getting the lead on some family who's just experienced just some insane amount of tragedy and being able to have sponsors and pool money and be able to change their life. I give them a house or something.
Yeah, and you know, the interesting thing is that there's really no lack of money. What there's a lack of is execution on great ideas. There's also not a lack of great ideas.
No.
There's a lack of execution of great ideas. The money's actually there.
And these companies out there,
you know,
that you can get to sponsor and help do these things for people. You can get companies, to pony up 20 grand or tickets to this or tickets to that. So that's just something that I want to manifest.
I love it.
And I think having that jet company would give us the ability to do so.
Absolutely.
In style, of course.
In style. With the family.
Yeah, absolutely. Or just the two of us.
Yeah.
Wedding crashers.
Be back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. NetJets taking us someplace sweet.
Yeah.
What else you got?
So I would go with, honestly, I have to choose really cool restaurant.
Okay.
I think that Chops.
Okay.
Steak.
Chops is owned by the Buckhead Life Group, and in Atlanta, they have a presence in other states.
Yeah.
But they have some
Atlanta
of the
and Florida.
top dining experiences.
Yes.
How many restaurants? They have 10 here or
10,
something?
yeah.
They have Chops, the Lobster Bar. I could go on. Amazing food.
And I know him really well. I'm really good friends with Pano Jr., and I'm also friends with his brother, Nico.
Well, you need to tell them about the ManFUzed podcast.
Well, we're going to have Pano Jr. on. I have told him about it. Pano Jr. is going to be coming on. He's a Thomas Keller trained chef who also trained in Paris, France. So, I mean, he is a dynamo.
And that is somebody that's huge, but it's local. You said in Florida too, but still having the ability to have a partnership with food, culinary. That's a great one.
For a local audience, it would be something where we could add a lot of value, I think. You know what I mean? Because we could host things where people could come in, fans of the podcast could come in, and we'll hang out and host a little thing. Some great restaurants. Be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to have Pano on. My next one, Polaris. Polaris vehicles, whether it be off-road, on-road, side-by-sides, the Razor.
Awesome.
I think ManFUzed, when you see a Polaris Razor or a Polaris Slingshot
or a quad
that has man all over it.
Mountain Motorsports is local here.
Right.
And they sell.
I mean, as much as Mountain Motorsports.
Corporate brand.
Yeah. I mean, we'll take whatever at this point. But ManFUzed and Polaris, I think that right there, being able to offer maybe discounts to our listeners, hear us talking about our Polaris vehicles, which we will have in the near future. I think being able to give them a discount on stuff, coming through us, I think would be a great benefit. I just think it's a brand that just goes in with the ManFUzed brand. Do you have any others?
I'd love to have something going on with car racing, auto racing, F1, some kind of an F1 situation.
Can you see a ManFUzed logo on the side of a F1 car?
I'd like to freaking sit there and talk about the race while it's going on. I think we could announce F1 races or announce races. You having a race?
We have the guys from ManFUzed here.
Exactly.
How you doing, Ben H?
Exactly.
Who are you going for in today's race?
Exactly, dude.
That's fucking awesome. F1.
Max Verstappen pulls ahead.
Well, if anybody doesn't know, Ben H is a car lover. He loves F1 racing. He loves driving fast in his cars. Is one of his passions. And an F1 thing, that would be a definite bucket list item of mine.
that would be really cool to me, would be to get involved with auto racing from the announcer perspective.
Yeah.
Which would be a great branding situation for our
totally.
podcast and a way for us to add value to the racing community. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Value added.
Value add.
Once again, we can't thank you enough for listening to the ManFUzed Podcast. If you have something to say, feel free to join the show by hitting us up at 770-744-5227, or you could go to manfused.com.